I froze the moment I saw the picture. It was him. The same man Mama said I was promised to, standing beside my boyfriend in a family photo, smiling like fate was laughing at me. My chest felt tight. My hands shook so much I almost dropped the phone. Zara, what's wrong? Toby asked, his voice full of worry. But how could I tell him that the man who wanted me as his wife was his father? Mama always said secrets die slowly, but hers came back alive. It started the evening she told me the truth. The house smelled of stew, but I couldn't eat. Mama had called me into her room and locked the door. Her face was pale, her eyes red. There's something you need to know, she said, sitting on the edge of her bed. I sat across from her, worried. What is it? Then she said it. I promised you to someone. A long time ago. When you were still in secondary school. For a few seconds, I just stared at her. I thought she was joking. But her voice shook, and her eyes filled with tears. Mama, I whispered. You gave me out? Like property. I didn't mean to, she cried. He helped us when your father died. Paid your school fees. Saved us from sleeping outside. I thought he'd forget. But he didn't forget, I said quietly. She shook her head slowly. He said once you finish school, you'd become his wife. I stood up so fast my chair scraped the floor. So now you want me to marry him because you made a stupid promise? Her face crumpled. He's a powerful man, Zara. He can destroy us if we refuse. I laughed bitterly. Destroy us. He already has. That night, I couldn't sleep. Mama's words kept replaying in my head like a curse. I promised him that after you graduated, you would become his wife. I stared at the ceiling till dawn, listening to the crickets outside and the sound of Mama pacing in the next room. By morning, I'd made up my mind. I wasn't going to marry anyone because of a promise I never made. The sun was soft that morning. Mama was sweeping the compound when I stepped out. She looked smaller, older, like guilt had bent her shoulders. Mama, I said. She didn't look up. You should rest. You didn't sleep. I couldn't, I said. You expect me to just close my eyes after what you told me? She sighed. I didn't mean to hurt you. But you did, I said, my voice shaking. You sold my future for school fees. If you had told me, I would have dropped out. She turned sharply. Don't talk like that. You think I enjoyed it? I had no choice. It was either that or hunger. There's always a choice, Mama, I said. Just because something is hard doesn't mean it's right. She turned away. He's expecting us this evening. We can't avoid it. I'm not going, I said firmly. I don't care what you promised. I'm not marrying Chief Donald. If you like him that much, you can marry him yourself. She gasped. Zara. That's your mother you're talking to. Don't bring shame to this family. Then let the shame come, I said. Because I'd rather live poor and free than rich and trapped. That afternoon, I went to the stream to clear my head. The air smelled of wet leaves. Women were washing clothes, laughing, chatting. I just walked past them and sat on a big rock near the bend of the water. That was where Toby found me. He was wearing a simple white shirt, sleeves rolled up, his smile easy like always. You've been hiding, he said, sitting beside me. Just needed some quiet, I said softly. He dipped his feet in the water. Your mother told me you came back last month. I wanted to come earlier, but I was working on a new project. I know, I said. You always have one project or another. He laughed. You sound like my dad. By the way, he just returned from his trip. I want to introduce you to him soon. My stomach twisted. Your dad? Yeah, he said proudly. Chief Donald Manifo. You must have heard of him. Everybody in this village knows my father. My heart stopped. Can I see his picture? I asked, pretending to smile. Sure, he said, unlocking his phone. When I saw the photo, my throat went dry. It was the same face Mama described, same sharp eyes, same proud smile. Zara, Toby said, touching my shoulder. You look pale. What's wrong? I tried to speak, but no words came out. I just handed him his phone back and whispered, I know your father. He smiled. Really? How? I looked away, my voice breaking. He's the man my mother promised me to. Toby didn't speak for a long time. The only sound was the running water. Then he said quietly, so that's why you've been acting strange. I nodded, tears running down my cheeks. Your father wants me to marry him, Toby. And Mama says I can't refuse. He stood up, pacing. That can't be true. It is, I said. He even sent a message yesterday. Said it's time to fulfill the promise. Toby clenched his fist. No. I won't let that happen. The next day, Toby took me to his father's mansion. My heart pounded so hard I could barely breathe. Chief Donald sat in his big leather chair, wearing his usual white agbada and gold wristwatch. He smiled when he saw me. Oh, my dear Zara. You've grown into a fine woman. It's time we fulfilled our agreement. Before I could speak, Toby stepped forward. Dad, I need to say something. Chief raised an eyebrow. What is it? Toby took my hand. This is Zara, the woman I love. And I won't let you take her away from me. The chief's face darkened. You what? I love her, Toby said again, steady. And I won't stand by while you destroy her life. The room went quiet. For a moment, I thought Chief would shout or slap him. But instead, he sat back slowly and stared at both of us. You have your mother's stubbornness, he said finally. Very well. I won't force her. But remember, the world doesn't always reward defiance. He waved his hand, dismissing us. As we left, my knees felt weak. Toby held my hand the whole way out. Outside the gate, I burst into tears. He'll make us pay for this. Toby smiled softly. Then we'll pay together. Months later, I got a job in town. It wasn't fancy, but it was mine. I rented a small room, and Mama eventually came to visit. She looked at me for a long time before she said, You did the right thing, Zara. Maybe I was the one who needed saving. I smiled through my tears. We both did, Mama. That night, as I lay on my bed listening to the crickets, I finally felt free, not because I escaped a promise, but because I finally chose myself. And for the first time in years, I slept in peace. See? And that brings us to the end of our story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Thank you for watching.